Hey guys, Currie Cup week 3, and this game, the Cheetahs versus the Lions, is actually a tough one to call. The other one on Saturday, Sharks versus Bulls, same story. When we get into the log, the Lions just went above the Cheetahs last week because of the loss that the Cheetahs had, a massive loss against the Bulls. And then the Lions, they beat the Western Province by 3 points, so the log is a little bit better in the favor of the Lions, but obviously this is a big game because both sides will try and actually get the win here because they want to be in the top 4 going into the playoff rounds later in this season. So they are playing in the Free State Stadium, quite hot, quite windy, so not a good conditions to kick in, though both of these teams, if you remember correctly, have big kickers in their sides. That is, of course, Tiaan Swanepoel and Frans Steyn. Tiaan Swanepoel, I really say every week that he's going to have massive kicks. Last week I just didn't say it because every time I say it nothing happens. Last week he did it and he made the Western Province really kick themselves because of the penalties they gave away. Up front you see a lot of changes with Jannie du Plessis coming in at number 3. I think it's the first start he gets this season. I can't wait to see him and Frans Steyn meeting up close to each other because they obviously played for years together now at the Sharks and then at Montpellier as well. Up front for the Cheetahs, they have Boan Venter and Jacques de Tooy. Venter, I thought he scrummed well. The whole front row of the Cheetahs scrummed really well in the start of the game last week, and then when Nyakane came on for the Bulls, everything changed and they just did better. I don't know if it's experience or what are they backing on, because the tight head for the Lions, obviously also a very experienced guy to bring in. In the start of the year, though, he didn't scrum too well, so the Cheetahs might back themselves there. Going into the locking, it's Willem Alberts and Ori. They've been forming a good partnership in this last couple of weeks. Ori's been playing well. He does give away the silly penalties every now and then. Frans Steyn is someone that could get a couple of goal kicks from that. Last week I thought he did well with that. Jan Groenewald and Wagner in at the locks. Wagner still maintaining his captaincy this week. At number 6, it's Ntila versus Kriel, who's in amazing form at the moment. Chutuka versus Davis, who comes in. And then at the number 8, it's Massain versus Rudolph. Both of them still finding their feet, both of them in okay form. I think Rudolph still isn't how he played at the start of the season when he was at the Pumas. Then at number 9, Tiaan Meyer versus Andre Warner gets a start for a change. He never gets a start with the Lions, so it's going to be interesting to see how he plays up against the Cheetahs. Then it is Tiaan Meyer versus Elton Jantjies, two experienced guys in South Africa going up against each other. At number 10, the Cheetahs probably missed the experience and the playmaking of Tiaan Schoeman last week because he was a late withdrawal from the team. At number 12, I thought Frans Steyn did brilliantly last week. He had a much better game, and I don't know if that is maybe down to him getting a couple of goal kicks. I thought he actually played a bit better since he got the expectancy to kick at goal as well, and because he kicked pretty well, he had a good game on the park as well. Don't know if he's going to be kicking this week again. Don't know if that's going to make him play worse again. Hopefully not. Dan Kriel comes in at number 12 for the Lions. Odendaal is injured this week. Simelane versus Mnisi. It's one of the older guys in South Africa versus a prodigy in South Africa that has been playing well these last couple of weeks. On the wings, it's William Smallsmith and Yar coming in for the Cheetahs. That's kind of unexpected for me, but they haven't played a lot, these two, so they're probably getting a little bit of game time. Then Stian Pienaar and Cornels Kosan. Pienaar, he was great last week with that little tap and go and scoring a try under the poles. And then we get back at the fullbacks where I said Tiaan Swanepoel had an amazing debut last week, kicking that massive goals, and he apparently has a little bit more length in him if he needs it. So I can't wait to see these two long-range kickers go up against each other. That is if Frans Steyn actually gets the go-ahead to kick. Then at the benches, it's Marnus van der Merwe versus Jan Hinenkamfer. And then the two benches at the props, I think the Lions probably have a little bit of a better bench there with Roan Dreyer and Smith. That's going to bring some power for them. They've been one of the best scrums so far this season. On the bench for the Cheetahs, they have Ruben de Haas, Reinhard Fontaine, he goes back to number 22. And Dries Swanepoel, he's going to make his first game this season as far as I remember. For the Lions, they went with a 6-2 split on the bench. So 6 forwards, they obviously expect a big game with the forwards in this week, with Rudolf Smith being at number 21. They have a couple of locking options as well. And then on the bench for the back line for them, they have Morne van der Werf to up the tempo at the end of the game. and then Manny Ras at number 23. Guys, it is a difficult prediction, this one. Really, I struggle to see which team is going to win. I think the Cheetahs haven't been in great form of late. The Lions are improving. Going on their most recent game, the Cheetahs lost by 27 points last week. The Lions beat the Western Province by 3 points. Yeah, I think my prediction would be the Lions to win by 3 points, but it could go either way. It's a very difficult one to call. Let me know your prediction down in the comments below. Check out these videos next to me. Hit the subscribe button, and then you can also support me on Patreon if you want to. Cheers.